The second way to scaffold is to use language. Vygotsky felt that language was the most powerful human invention. It has liberated us from reliance on immediate sensation and enables each generation to build on the experiences of the past, rather than to endlessly repeat them, as less evolved animals do. To understand how language scaffolds learning, let us look at the relationship of language and thought, according to Vygotsky. For him, all language and language-based communication starts as an exchange between two or more people. It is public in the sense that it can be heard by more than one person. In order to process language, young children have to repeat it orally. They have to talk to themselves, repeating the instructions or forming the words as they are trying to decode. This Vygotsky calls private speech. Vygotskians think that it is impossible for a learning reader to read silently. They have to form the words physically. Eventually, inner speech develops as children learn to hear instructions inside their heads without having to repeat them with their mouths. This only occurs when the message is very familiar or when children are older. Finally, verbal thought occurs, wherein thought is summed up in short messages in the brain instead of in complete sentences.
Unlock, rip lock.
Most of the time, adults don't need to learn new skills using private or inner speech. But when something particularly difficult has to be learned, even adults resort to private speech. Now let us look at two ways teachers can use language to scaffold learning: private speech and written speech.
10 beans, put it in a cup. Scoop your beans up.
Private speech requires that the child orally repeat the instructions he has received or state the procedure that he is going to undertake. The teacher needs to make sure that the private speech is accurate. We don't want children taking incorrect concepts into their minds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mediators should have a private speech phrase associated with them.
10 beans, put them in a cup.
Written speech is another way to scaffold using language.
Danielle, can you tell me what your plan is? What was your plan?
We are going to make a zoo.
Okay, we are going to make a zoo. Okay, take a look at our plan. Let's see. Let's take a look. How is our plan working out so far?
For Vygotsky, written language includes drawing, numbers, and symbols, as well as letters. Written language enables the child to look at her own thinking.
Giraffe and elephant.
Okay, and do they have more or less elephant rides at the zoo?
Yes.
At your zoo? Yes.
And a seal.
And a seal ride.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you could go down in the water with him.
You can go down in the water.
Current brain research confirms that physically writing something down, even in idiosyncratic symbols, facilitates ongoing neurochemical pathways or memory traces.